and they manage to get themselves out of the situation. So actually, lose that beauty of the character. That beautiful nature that they had in their character is lost. Shaykh Abdul Qadir Jilani radiallahu anhu, he describes taqwa, and he mentions the primary stage of taqwa, and he says it's when you avoid oppressing others and violating the rights of others. How many times do we oppress other Muslims? Through our words, how many times do we insult them? He is saying this is the primary level of taqwa. This is the first stage of taqwa. So where do we stand? Let us think about it. Ask yourself. The primary stage is that you avoid oppressing others and you do not violate the rights of others. Are you fulfilling your rights as a son? Are you fulfilling your rights as a parent? Think about this. This is the primary stage. If you are doing this, you slip at the first hurdle. And then the Shaykh says, then the next stage, and following on from that, is to remove the sins of the heart. What are the sins of the heart? He says the sins like greed, jealousy, hatred for others, arrogance. These sins due to which the limbs perform sinful actions. One is greedy, he begins to steal. One has hatred, he will misuse his tongue. One is jealous, he will backbite. So the sins of the heart which affect the limbs, which cause the limbs to perform sinful actions. So we've slipped at the first hurdle. This is why we don't get a chance to even come to the sins of the heart. And Maulana Islami reminds you through the guidance that we have, the topics that we cover the illnesses of the heart for this very reason. And my dear Islamic brothers, one beautiful pearl of wisdom of the many that the Shaykh has said that are tributes to the Shaykh. And personally, I want to emphasize it even more because I believe that this is an obstacle for many who are struggling, who have some inclination to religion, but then they reach a wall and they can't go on. It's like something is blocking them from the spiritual enhancement, from being better. And this is Shaykh Abdul Qadir Jilani. He mentioned taqwa, he talks about taqwa, and he says the taqwa of the Allah to avoid the haram and that which is doubtful, and the taqwa, the levels of taqwa is going through. And then one point he mentions when he's talking about sinful actions, I'm going to go straight to this because of time. He says, and to refrain from to avoid the love of this world. Now, it may not be registered at the moment, but when you think about this on your own, you'll understand how deep this statement is. Because he mentions the other sins, but he does not say about the others what he says about this hubbul dunya. He says, because hubbul dunya, the love of this world, is a big veil. It's a veil, an obstacle. And this is the way you can differentiate between the pure and those who are not pure. Now, how does this affect the Muslims of today? Why does they come to the masjid? Because they watch television. Why does they travel the way of Allah Almighty? Because he is more inclined he wants to earn more so that he has more luxury. Why doesn't he preach to the people of his community? Because he does not have time for them. He has responsibilities to do with dunya. Why does he not follow the way of the Prophet ﷺ? Because he likes emulating and copying the people of dunya. Why does he not follow the way of Islam? Because he is ashamed of coming in front of the people of this world. This world, the people who chase this world are more of concerns to him than what Allah and His Messenger think. He is more worried about what the non-Muslims might say to him. He's more worried about that than what the deen says to him. So every sin that is performed, the Prophet ﷺ said, the root of evil is love of this world. Now most sins, when you think about the thing, you will come to this conclusion, love this world. Brothers fighting each other for inheritance. What is this? Love of wealth. Love of this world. Daughter-in-law and mother-in-law, they have issues. Why? Because one is the head of the household and she doesn't want to give up her post. She fears that she'll take over the house. I.e., she'll have power. Power of what? The house? Money? The dunya? Someone who doesn't go to the masjid or doesn't give time to religion, why? Because he's at home in front of that box. For dunya. He can't turn away from it. He says that he's religious and he has done for Allah and His Messenger, but when it comes to the moment of truth, he cannot even refrain from dunya. He loves it too much. He can't leave it. He cannot leave those who love it. And this is the reason why we come to a stop in our efforts. So let us make this intention that we will uproot and remove this hubbul dunya. And it doesn't come, if only we could come in front of a waliullah, he looks at us, and that's it, it just goes away. We will not affect him. But who has this faith? How many of us? What's really wrong? Let's be more realistic. How many of us will be blessed with an opportunity of sitting with Awliya? The high-speed, cost-conscious world that we live in, we don't have time to seek these people of Allah. We won't spend to seek these people of Allah, we'll spend everything else. So, let us make an intention to remain affiliated with our Islami. If we do so, then through continuous reminders, through mujahada, through combined efforts as a group, as a jama'ah together, inshaAllah, we will purify our hearts to be struggle together. It will make it easier for ourselves to struggle together. And the best of all Islami is to encourage you, become affiliated with this environment so that you gain the passion and devotion to follow the way of the Prophet ﷺ. Be a believer, practice the deen, and be proud of it. Inshallah, if you walk on the streets, follow the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, and you are proud of it, not the arrogance, not that kind of pride. The happiness and feeling of joy that Allah has given me, the shukr, the gratitude. Allah has given me the opportunity to walk on these streets, following the way of His beloved sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Where you have no concern of being watching, they are watching, they will come and know. Your focus is on Allah and His Messenger, the Islamic teaching this. Alhamdulillah, the Madani channel, these messages are continuously being broadcast on the Madani channel. Sky 838, for those of you who want to create a good environment at home, the Madani channel will help you, inshallah. So let us all make it intention that we will struggle in every way to follow the way of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam and to remove the love of this world from our hearts and to just Nabi Amin sallallahu alayhi wa sallam.